Buongiorno, you're here with Chase and Di, and I'm here to talk about Ableton Live and show you a few tricks along the way. First of all, we'll start off with the drum rack, a drum track. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at the Impulse with an Ableton Live 8, and the Impulse is basically your go-to for your drums. You know, this is kind of where you want to build up your drums. It's effectively a sampler, and you know there are various different ways of putting together your drums. But for starting off, this is a good introduction to a drum rack. Okay, so what we want to do is, if we go into a folder, I always like to go to a folder that's kind of quite general in terms of my samples, and then you can use the search facility up here. So if you just do, say for instance, want a kick drum, and there you go. So we have many kick drums available here. There's a favourite of mine, I quite like that one. So we'll go with that. Now what we need is a MIDI clip. So if you double click on the section here, and then you basically draw in on every quarter note a kick and then a bit MIDI note. If you double click, it fills the space of whatever kind of division you want. I mean, obviously 16 notes make up a bar, so if you have it on 16, it's always kind of easier to kind of lay out your drums if it is on 16, certainly to start with. So here we have got a drum rack here. Now the velocity is maybe a little high. So there you go, that'll prevent that from clipping. I mean, there are various different things you can do with Ableton Live. The more you get into it, the more you realise there's 100 different ways to do the same thing. It's really all about what you get comfortable with. I mean, you could have taken down the volume here. You can even take down the kind of length of the actual kick sound itself from the decay. Shorten that a little bit. Okay, now what we're after is a snare drum. So same again, go to your general folder where your samples are, go for snare. In fact, we're going to go for a clap. Let's go for a clap. I quite like that one, go with that. Now here, what you would normally do for general kind of dance music, you know, the majority of times it is generally 4 to the floor, and that's basically what the kick arrangement signifies. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on that, following that kind of principle, on the second and fourth quarter note, you would apply the snare. Now obviously the snares, the clap, sorry, needs to be kind of brought down just in line, just to avoid any clipping that goes on here, because that's kind of when you start to distort your noises a little. Okay, we'll go with that. Now what we want is a closed hi-hat. So we like that, that's nice. I'll go with this one. So you can draw them in here. What you'll notice is that these again, velocity wise, are a little bit high. So what you kind of want to do, the nice thing about having different velocities on all your drums, it kind of gives it that more human kind of feel. And another thing that I'm not going to go into at the moment is basically, you know, I'm drawing in these notes at the moment, but in general I would actually play them in just on the keyboard, just so you can capture your own groove, because that, when it's like this, it's quite rigid. You know, there's not a drummer alive that plays to the bar or to the note that kind of accurately, and that's something that took me a while to kind of get my head round, just in terms of, you know, human error actually makes for better music. And it is quite a strange concept to initially get your head round just when you've done kind of MIDI programming for so long. But I can cover that in a later tutorial. This is just to kind of get you to grips with just putting a basic drum track together. We can even add open hats to this to get that pea soup effect, which is basically pea soup, pea soup, pea soup. So you'll get the impression. You'll get the idea when I do it. Right, so if we go with that, now I reckon I'm going to have to take the tail off it a little bit, just so it's not as long enough. Now, so if we go into the decay like we did with the kick drum, probably not the best noise in the world for that actually. You see, I'm just dragging new noises down. No, I like that. Okay, cool. So we've got a basic drum track there. What else you can do is you can actually use loops in terms of, you know, just giving your drum tracks a little bit more flavour. You know, a lot of people kind of say, oh, you know, using loops, so it's not very purist. It's a bit kind of, you know, ripping other noises off. But you know, at the end of the day, people on the dance floor just want to kind of hear what's going to make them happy at the time, get them dancing about. They couldn't give two monkeys if it was a loop or not getting put over the top of your drums. I mean, try and keep it as original as possible, but there's nothing wrong with adding a little extra flavour. So say for instance, I'm going to go with that one, quite like that. So I put the decay of this up because if you don't, you basically just get this. Which can be okay, depending on the effect you want. Let's see what it sounds like in the track. Now let's put the decay right up. It's nice. So there we go. So we have a basic drum track, and thanks for listening. I've been Chase and Die, and you guys have been watching one of my first tutorials, and I will be making plenty more over the next few months. Okay, thanks, bye.